Kangaroo Court. The court trial that helped change a nation. Written by C.R. Thomas and read by Michael Carmen. Dedication. To my grandchildren, Sarah and Harry. One person in this book has a very close relationship with us. This book is dedicated to both of you. Cast of characters. The deceased, Captain Charles Waldron, Esquire, J.P., landowner and magistrate, 53 years old, was a retired captain from His Majesty's 39th Regiment of Foot. He was approximately 5 feet 4 inches tall and born in Roscommon in Central Ireland. Sir William Molesworth, MP, 8th Baronet, just 27 years old, appointed chairman of the House of Commons Select Committee on Transportation. Born in London in 1810 of a short-lived family, fragile health was always a burden for him. The defendants. Sarah McGregor, an assigned servant, had been convicted at just 16 years old of shoplifting and sentenced to 7 years penal servitude and transportation to New South Wales. She was assigned to Captain Waldron. She was from Liverpool, England, but Catholic with Scottish parents. Mary Maloney, also an assigned servant, had been convicted at 18 years old of breaking and entering and sentenced to 7 years penal servitude and transportation to New South Wales. She was also assigned to Captain Waldron. Mary was from Clare, Ireland, and a Protestant. Mr. Justice Sir William Westbrook Burton, the presiding judge. Burton was born in 1794 and educated at Daventry Grammar, 75 kilometres north of London. He joined the Navy at 14 as a midshipman during the Napoleonic Wars and was later commissioned. He resigned at the war's end at 21 years old and studied law. He arrived in Sydney in 1833 and was just 40 years old during the trial. The Honourable John Hubert Plunkett, QC, the Solicitor General of New South Wales, led the case for the Crown. He was born at Mount Plunkett in Roscommon County, Ireland. He studied law at Trinity College, Dublin. He arrived in Sydney in 1832 and was just 32 years old at the time of the trial. Mrs. Jemima Waldron, the deceased's widow, mother of 12 children, was 43 years old at the time of the trial. She married Captain Waldron in 1808 in Bristol, England, and was probably born there. Mr. Thomas Dean Rowe, the lead defence attorney, was born in 1796, somewhere in England. He arrived in Sydney in 1821 and was one of the first barristers appointed to the Supreme Court. He was 38 years old at the time of the trial. Captain Francis Allman, J.P., was the police captain and a magistrate for the Illawarra district and a retired captain from the same regiment as the deceased. He was also his good friend and fellow magistrate. He led the investigation leading to the trial. Charles Waldron, Jr., was the 12-year-old son of Captain Waldron. He was described as quite big for his age. He spent much of his time with the male servants in their hut. He worked the farm alongside these convicts and was an accomplished horse rider. William Wade was 29 years old, an assigned servant, convict, and the carpenter. At the time, he was grinding wheat in the carpentry shop adjoining the kitchen. Wade was a bit over 4 years into his 7-year sentence for stealing potatoes. Wade was an uneducated Protestant from Oxford, England. He had black hair, hazel eyes, and a ruddy complexion. James King, hired servant on a ticket of leave, which is similar to parole. He was a cooper and was repairing barrels in the carpenter's shop at the time. He was born in Dungannon, Northern Ireland.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?